Canadian teen book lovers, and welcome to week 13 of my marathon of books. This week I was still reading from Montreal, Quebec, and I had a pretty intense reading week. My goodness. I went from a teenage girl sleeping with a man 14 years older than him to child abuse to a mother that left her husband and her daughter to, a new take on Shakespeare's The Tempest. It was very intense, and I really connected to a comment that translator Susan Oreo, I hope I'm saying that right, made about Quebec fiction, which that is very gritty and sometimes hard to take. It's so good though. Even though it's intense, I love it. So this week I read This Side of the Sky by Marie-Francine Hibert, which again, I hope I'm saying correctly. It was a short book, 125 pages, but it's this beautiful, shorter story about this girl named Mona and her sister, Bird. Her real name is Angelica, but she wants to be a bird and insists that people call her Bird. So it's all about how they live with parents who are kind of apathetic towards them, but they love each other and they help each other through. And it's also about the neighbors that they have on either side. One is engaged in some horrendous acts, and the other one is a very loving family that shows Mona and Bird how love is supposed to be. And reading it was just like reading poetry. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. Next up, I have Rhythm and Blues by Jill Murray, another great book. It's a companion book to, of course I'm going to forget what the first one is called. Break On Through. Yes, the one about breakdancing. This one is about one of the members of the girls' breakdancing group and how she gets approached to be in a singing group and how that works out. It's very interesting and shows the darker side to fame and how complicated it really is. Next up, Edith Revelle, The Saver. This one's interesting because it's about a girl whose mother dies quite suddenly from a heart attack, and in response to this tremendous sudden loss, she decides that she's going to earn $1 million within 15 years because she thinks that being rich will provide her with security and help her make everything okay again. So she ends up finding ways to provide for all of her basic needs without spending money, and also making money in the process. And she ends up saving quite a bit of money. And then things kind of start to unravel a bit because she's working as a janitor in an apartment and one of the tenants is a mess, and her uncle comes back and she's working so much that she just can't keep up the pace. So it unravels a little bit in the end, but she finally realizes what's really important and that maybe what she thinks she wants is not going to help her. So I did like it. Plus it was just such an intriguing premise. Last but not least, I had some comic relief, thank goodness, with Gordon Corman's Son of Interflux. Oh man, he definitely rivals Vicki Grant, but he's for guys. So it was so funny. It's about this kid whose dad is the senior vice president of the world's largest corporation, and they moved to a new town, and Simon doesn't want to tell anyone who his dad is because he's had previous experience with this and it never turns out well. the town where they live is usually mad about the company invading their town, and so he just doesn't tell anyone. But he gets into an art school on his painting talent, and he makes these incredible friends. And it's an art school, so they're all very motivated students, very creative, and when they find out that the company, the corporation, Interflux, has a small oversight on their building plans, they take advantage of that oversight and turn things completely upside down for Simon's father and the company. It's just, you have to read it. It's a great, funny read with awesome characters. I loved it. I get to read one more Gordon Corman book, and I'm very, very excited. So, the news this week is that we're up to $10,000. Yay! I'm hoping that will keep climbing because we still need $100,000. That's the ultimate goal. So, please, thank you for all your donations and keep sending them in. And I have my stats for the week. I've read 91 books, which is 19,657 pages, and that is 1,965 kilometers traveled, and hours of reading is 243 hours and 14 minutes, which works out to just over 10 days of reading. Full 10 days. Crazy, but I'm just having a great time. I'll be in Quebec again next week, and probably the week after I'll be finishing up. So I hope you'll join me then. Thanks a lot. Have a great week. Bye.